told me to watch my language.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck that.
I'll let you hear that. I live dumb life and let the money come to me. Cause they can never take the game from a young G. I'm getting money.
I mean, it was cool because I got a chance to speak to young black males all over the country about this new idea called Thug Life,
So my niggas know that.
which is a new kind of black power.
And when I say thug life, I mean that shit. Cause these white folks see us as thugs. I don't care what y'all think. I don't care if you think you a lawyer, if you a man, if you an African American, if you whatever the fuck you think you are. We thugs and niggas to these motherfuckers. You know? And until we own some shit, I'ma call it for like it is. How you gonna be a man and we starving? You know? And we have you can walk by 5 different houses ain't a man in either one of them motherfuckers. How we gonna be a man? How we gonna be African Americans? We out here dying. We thugs and we niggas until we set this shit right. Trust me when I tell you that shit.
Young black males out there identify with Thug Life, but I couldn't handle it. I could handle it, but not right away.
No. Thug Life. Thug Life. Thug Life. That's my cover.
What's that mean?
What did happen? Thug Life.
Imagine you have 14,000 people ready to do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? When you have all over the country people waiting to hear what you want to do. All of a sudden, I got people in the penitentiary, big-time OG criminals, calling me, telling me they want me to lead their movement. I mean, I'm going to have a problem.
Mistakes of our history that we got to repair. To stop being afraid to stand up for blackness all by itself. You got to go back to being unapologetically African. If you cannot be unapologetically African, you won't be able to become anything else. Now, when we say unapologetically African, we're not saying you should hate anybody. That's not our cultural legacy. I am not going to teach our children to hate whites and Asians. I'm not going to do that. Because hatred is negative emotion that kills more than it cures. So I'm not interested in your son hating white people and calling them by derogatory names. But what I am interested is in him knowing his enemy and knowing his enemy well. I want to make sure he understands that his agenda is not synonymous with the agendas of European peoples. I want him to understand that ever since Africans have been dealing with people from Europe, it has brought us nothing positive. Your daughters need to know that. And for my sisters, I want my mothers to know that when your daughters come to my school, the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey RBG Leadership Academy, for young African women, your daughter cannot have a weave. Your daughter cannot have a wig. Your daughter cannot have a perm, straightening comb, hair color, tracks, extensions, whatever the hell y'all into. She cannot have it. But some of you are going to ask, what does natural hair got to do with you teaching my daughter math and science? My answer is everything. Before I can teach her to read or to count, I got to teach her to love who she is. Because if the African child doesn't love themselves, before I give them any science, they will take the science they learn and use it to the benefit of Europeans and the detriment of black people. Barack Obama is an intelligent man. And he was taught political science before he was taught loyalty to his race. Oprah Winfrey is brilliant. Condoleezza Rice is brilliant. Colin Powell is brilliant. But because they were taught science, before they was taught loyalty to black people, everything they became was used against the people more than it was used in their favor. So before I let your child graduate from my school and take what they learned in my school and use it for the benefit of the European, I'm going to make sure they understand, first of all, everything you learned here is to only be used for the benefit of your own people. My school will be an unapologetically African institution. We're going to teach the black boys to be loyal to black women, whether you like it or not. I don't dislike white women. And I wouldn't disrespect one of them no more than I would want them disrespecting my daughters. But I'm against interracial marriage because I understand that black women, more than any other woman, have the most difficult time of securing wedlock with because of men. Because of the war on black men, there ain't enough of us for black women. So if I already know that only 1 out of every 4 black women are getting married, if I already know that the homosexual war, the mass incarceration war, and the miseducation war is dropping the numbers of black men daily, how can I condone any brother finding anybody else's daughter to make his wife other than somebody who looks like him?
First, I want to say peace to my mother. She's not here, but I got to give a peace out to her because I wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for my mother. And I looked in the front of this thing and it says start from within to rebuild our original greatness, right? Okay, well, that's what my mother did. You know what I'm saying? And I'm listening about freedom fighters and strugglers. Well, you got to understand that when it was in to have a gun and to be in the street, my mother gave that up to be in the house and wash the dishes, you know what I'm saying, and feed us and put the thoughts in our brains, you know what I'm saying, because we didn't get any of that history from all of those soldiers that we lost. We got none of that. They all went to jail, if you can remember. They all went to penitentiaries. We didn't see none of that knowledge. If it was not for my mother who stayed home and didn't go out and do all that, then I wouldn't have had shit, excuse my language, but I wouldn't have been nowhere. So what I want to do, hopefully, is I want to be, I am Tupac Shakur. I have to be a reminder that we can't chill out. No, it ain't time to cool out and banquets and all that. It's still on. It's on just like it was on when you was young, and you want to say fuck that, just like you said fuck that back then. So how come now that I'm 20 years old, ready to start some shit up, everybody telling me to calm down? You know, don't curse, go to school, go to college. Well, fuck that. You know, we had colleges for a while now. You know what I'm saying? And it's still Brenda's out there, and niggas is still trapped. You know what I'm saying? And it gets me hurt. Because I understand that it's not going to stop. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to stop until we stop it. And it's not just white men that's doing this to Brenda, and it's not just white men that's keeping us trapped. It's black. You know what I'm saying? We have to find the new African in everybody, in all of us. Because if we keep running around looking for black and who got the most colors on and who got the baddest dashiki on, we still gonna get, excuse my language, fucked. Because it irks me that my mother right now is going through, you know, she has to get clean. This is somebody who I watched travel the whole country. You know what I'm saying? During the time when women were scared to speak up for the Black Panthers. She spoke at Harvard, Yale, everywhere. And now I see my mother as what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see no big parades around my mother now. And she done got dozens fucking awards. And I don't see nobody there. You understand what I'm saying? So about all this, I take that lightly. I take all this lightly. What I want you to take seriously is what we have to do for the youth. Because we're coming up in a totally different world. This is not the same world that you had. This is not the 60s. This is not that. We grew up BC, before crack. That should say it all. You understand what I'm saying? We did not grow up without parents. You had parents that told you this and that, and this is what went on back in the day. Now you don't have that. You have young kids, 14, coming home, their mama's smoking out or doing it to their best friend to get the product. You understand what I'm saying? So that means that it's not just about you taking care of your child, it's about you taking care of these children. Because that's what's out here. It's a damn shit. You understand what I'm saying? And it hurts, and I gotta, it bothers me that I have to sidestep my youth to stand up and do some shit that somebody else supposed to be doing. You understand what I'm saying? There's too many men out here for me to be doing it. Because it ain't my turn yet. I'm supposed to be following behind him getting the knowledge. I don't even got a chance to get the fucking knowledge. I can't go to college. There's too much problems out here. I don't got the money. Nobody do. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is it's not as easy as we mapping it out to be. And we gotta stay real. We gotta stay real. Before we can be New African, we gotta be black first. You understand? We gotta get our brothers from the street like Harriet Tubman did. Why can't we look at that and see exactly what she was doing? Like Malcolm did. The real Malcolm. Before the Nation of Islam. You gotta remember this was a pimp. You know what I'm saying? The push and all that. We forgot about all of that. And our strive to be enlightened, we forgot about all our brothers in the street. About all our dope dealers, our pushers and our pimps. And that's who's teaching the new generation.
That's right.
Because y'all not doing it. I'm sorry. But it's the pimps and the pushers who's teaching us. So if you got a problem with how we was raised, raised is because they was the only ones who could do it. They the only ones who did it. While everybody else wanted to go to college and, everything has changed, they was the ones that was telling you the white man ain't shit. Here you go. Check this out, young blood. You take this product, you switch it, you make money, and that's how you beat the white man. You get money, you get the hell up out of here. Nobody else did that. So I don't want to hear shit about nobody telling me who I can't love and respect until you start doing what they did. You understand what I'm saying? To me, this is Mecca. You know what I'm saying? This is the black family. I see it here. But what makes it even that much more sad, what makes me want to cry, is because as soon as I leave here, so does Mecca.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? We're going back to the real deal. Right out there, you're going to see them same sisters and Brenda. They right out there. And y'all going to get in y'all cars and drive the fuck home. You know what I'm saying? I apologize, but check this out. You can't be no more offended by my curses than what's really going on. That's real. That's real, y'all. That's real. Y'all gotta get the shoot shot. You gotta get shoot shot. Because we letting the media and the white man cut us off. You letting them tell you that the rappers ain't real and you gotta either be, the intelligent person or you're a gut person. We all the same. We all feel it like y'all feel it. I just can't hold a straight face when I see it.
Right.
This is proof that we can be together. The young black male is the future of us. And the young black woman is the future of us. It's gonna be what you put into it. So if you don't put shit into it, don't be mad and blow up.
I didn't say, black man, that black women ain't got some issues. She might curse you out in public. I know that. She might max out your credit cards. I know that. She might tell all your business. I know that. But I also know she understands your struggle better than any other woman could ever understand. And I also know that for 300 years, when you was down and out, she was the only one who was by your side and lifted you up and did it for free. So if she was good enough in 1600, and if she was good enough in 1700, and if she was good enough in 1800, and if she was good enough in 1900, how in the hell can she not be good enough in the 21st century? She is all we got, and we are she got. And the one thing we cannot allow the American social order to do with this billion-dollar propaganda machine called CNN, ABC, NBC, and Fox is we cannot allow them to turn us against each other. They're teaching black men that your problem is black women. But they don't know their place anymore. That they got more education and income than you do. And because of that, they're looking down on you. So what you need to do is fight against your woman and put her back in her place. They're telling a black woman that your problem is the black man, not white supremacy. He's not in jail because of nothing we've done. He's in jail because he lacks discipline. He's not in jail because of nothing we've done. He's in jail because he's too lazy to go and find jobs. So now you got black women looking like the men is their problem, and black men looking at the women like we're their problem. And so what you have is a situation of divide and conquer. Separate and move. The black woman is not my problem. If my wife makes more money than I, then so be it. If she has more education than I, then so be it. You do not let anybody circumscribe your definition of manhood through labels that come from white people's minds. We gotta have our own definition for what we are and what we are going to become. And we as black men have to do a better job of teaching young black men how proud we are to be black. Because when you look around now, I don't know if you notice, but statistically most of the new black marriages in America are either biracial or of the same gender. The black family is a dying breed. It is hard now to find a young black woman married to a young black man. They're running to everybody else. And what makes it so trifling for a man to go outside of his race, a black man, is that marriage is a financial institution.
I do want to know him, and I do know him, and we do talk, and he did help me when I was locked down. He did come visit me, and it's all love, but I'm past that.
What religion are you?
I'm the religion that, to me, is the realest religion there is. I believe in God. I try to pray to God every night, so I'm past that. And I think that's, and to me, religion, my idea of religion is this. I think that if you, I learned this in jail, because I talked to every guy there was in jail.
I think that if you take one of the O's out of good, it's God. If you add a D to evil, it's the devil. I think some cool motherfucker sat down a long time ago and said, let's figure out a way that we can control motherfuckers. And that's what they came up with. It's the Bible. Because if the guy wrote the Bible, I'm sure it would have been a revised copy by now. You know what I mean? Because a lot of shit has changed. And I've been looking for this revised copy, and I don't see it. I still see that same old copy that they had from then. And I'm not disrespecting anybody's religion. Please forgive me if it comes off like that. I'm just stating my opinion. I feel like we get crucified. I mean, the Bible was telling us all these people did this because they suffered this much. That's what makes them special people.
Right.
I got shot 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what I mean? And I got crucified to the media. You know what I mean? And I walked through with the thorns on. And I had shit thrown on me. And I had the thief at the top. I told that nigga I'll be back for you. You know what I mean? And trust me, this not supposed to be going down. I'll be back. So I'm not saying I'm Jesus, but I'm saying that we go through that type of thing every day. We don't part the Red Sea, but we walk through the hood without getting shot. You know what I mean? We don't turn water to wine, but we turn motherfucking dope fiends and dope heads into profitable, productive citizens into society. You know what I mean? We turn money. We turn words into money. You know what I mean? What greater gift can there be? So I believe God blesses us. I believe God blesses those that hustle, those that use their mind, and those that overall are righteous. I believe that your karma, everything that you do bad comes back to you. So anything that I'm doing that's bad, I'm going to have to suffer for. But in my heart, I think what I'm doing is right. You know what I mean? So I feel like I'm going to heaven. You know what I mean? And I think heaven is just when you sleep with a good conscience. You don't have nightmares. And hell is when you sleep, the last thing you see is all the fucked up things you did in your life. And you can see it over and over again. Because you don't burn. Because if that's the case, it's hell on earth. Because bullets burn. You know what I mean? It's people that got burnt in fires. That means they went to hell already. You know what I mean? All that is here. So what else? What do you got there that we ain't seen here? What, you gonna walk around aimlessly, zombie? Nigga, that's here. You ain't been on the streets lately? You know what I mean? What heaven is now. Look, we sitting up here, live big screen. It's heaven. For the moment, you know what I mean? Hell is jail. I seen that one. Trust me, this is what's real. And all that other shit is to control you. If the churches took half the money that they was making and gave it back to the community, we'd be alright. If they take half the buildings that they use to praise God and gave it to motherfuckers who need God, we'd be alright. We be alright. Have you seen some of these goddamn churches lately? It's ones that take up the whole block in New York. It's homeless people out here. Why ain't God letting them stay here? Why these niggas got gold ceilings and shit? Why God need gold ceilings to talk to me? Why do God need colored windows to talk to me? Why God can't come where I'm at, where he sent me? If God wanted to talk to me in a pretty spot like that, why the hell he sent me here then? You know what I mean? That make ghetto kids not believe in God. Why? So that's a wrong religion. I believe in God. I believe God put us wherever we want to be at. Then it makes sense that God will put us in the ghetto. That means he wants to work hard to get up out of here. That means he's testing us even more. That makes sense. It makes sense that if you're good in your heart, then you're closer to God. But if you're evil, then you're close to the devil. That makes sense. I see that every day. All that other spooky shit don't make sense. And I don't even believe, I'm not dissing it, but I don't believe in the brothers. I was in jail with them and having conversations with brothers on God. God opened the gate for me.
Yeah.
You know how far the sun is and how far the moon is? How the hell do I pop this fucking gate and get me free up out of here? Then I'll be a 5% for life. But, never seen it.